Yo, microphone check, one check. How's everybody doing today? Bear with me just a moment. I'm sending out an email blast to everybody so they can join this conversation. Those that like to join or those that like to watch later. What is it? There we go. Hate this thing. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in today. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in today. Today on my version of Crypto Talk, we're going to talk about timing. Timing is everything. I think the very first time I heard about Bitcoin was probably about in 2010, 2009, 2010, 2011, somewhere off in that little area, in that space. And during that time, I wasn't interested in Bitcoin or anything like that because I didn't have a use for it at that time, or at least I didn't think I had a use for it at that time. So what I ended up doing was I didn't have internet at home at the time, and I'm okay with that. So what I decided to do, I kept hearing this thing about the Silk Road and the dark net, and I'm like, wait a minute. So there's a whole nother version of the internet that we haven't heard about, and that's a whole nother story. So I go to a public restaurant, and I get on the Wi-Fi, and I'm looking and I'm exploring the dark net, the Silk Road, and it's crazy. It's like you can buy all kinds of stuff on this place. So I'm saying to myself, yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna need any of this because I don't see any value in it, and it's just gonna lead you to go end up, going to jail or something like that. So I left it alone, didn't worry about it. I kept hearing about it here and there and sporadically. It wasn't catching the kind of buzz that that would have grabbed my attention right away. So I said, okay, no worries. Now we fast forward to 2017, and here it is again. I heard about Bitcoin earlier this year. Once again, I'm saying to myself, I didn't have no use for Bitcoin. I didn't do any research, didn't do anything. The last thing I had heard about Bitcoin was that um, um, the guy who was the person behind the Silk Road, he was under investigation, and they was coming down looking for him. The feds and everything, the authorities, they were looking for him, and so on and so forth. So that was something that I didn't feel as though would be beneficial to me. So I stayed away from it. So earlier this year, when I started hearing about Bitcoin, I was like, you know what? All right, whatever. Let me take a look at it. And so I just started doing my research a few months ago to try to understand, okay, what's going on. That led me to finding documentaries on Bitcoin and how people were trying to get the big license in New York because they had to be regulated as such. It was just a whole bunch of information, and it's just too much to share right now with you guys. But what ended up happening was I said, let me watch these documentaries. And I began to watch the documentary, and I found out, okay, wait a minute. They arrested the guy who was behind the Silk Road, and they took all of his Bitcoin. The government took all of his Bitcoin. Well, the government held an auction for this gentleman's Bitcoin. And when they did that, when the government did that, the government gave value to Bitcoin simply by taking this gentleman's Bitcoins and selling them. They took, anytime you get involved with the federal government or the state government or whatever, and you're involved in any kind of federal law, breaking any kind of federal laws, what normally happens is the government come in and they take any assets, anything of monetary value from you, and they in turn give it away to not give it away, but they auction it off to put that money back into, I guess, government. I don't know where the money goes to really. We can speculate all day, but that's not what we're here for. So, for people that don't know me, man, I'm a veteran, and I've been looking for a solution, something that would allow me the opportunity to stay home and raise my son or my children, my daughter, my son and my daughters. Something that would basically free up my time and give me the time enough to parent. And so what happened is that I stumbled back upon Bitcoin once again. So by this time, it's late 2017. I'm like, okay, let me look at it. And I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking, and I see something. And I began to ask certain questions. Certain thoughts started running across my mind. Why is there a need for cryptocurrency? What is it that cryptocurrency do that the dollar cannot do? Then I started looking at who's in control of our finances, of the Treasury and the Federal Reserve and things of that nature. And so after looking into all of this, I said to myself, you know what? Let me read a little bit more about this Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and let me get an understanding as to what it is. So I ended up, like I said, just diving into a whole bunch of information and just absorbing it and absorbing. And basically, I figured out something. I figured out what cryptocurrency really is. It's your financial freedom, whether you know it or not. It's an opportunity for you to live like you've never lived before. It's a redistribution of wealth for those that get involved and make it's not a sacrifice, the investments, that's the word, investments that's necessary. So when I looked at Bitcoin, um, I guess again after the documentary and after reading everything, I think Bitcoin was floating around $7,800, $7,700. And this was back in November of this year, 2017. And what happened is that I saw that, wait a minute, Bitcoin just had an attack on their system. Well, it wasn't Bitcoin. There was some people that had gotten hacked. And it's like a big amount of money of Bitcoin taken. I don't say over 100 million. I want to say something like that. But I said, you know what? It's still worth looking into. It still might just be worth the investment because I have an understanding now. The money was at $7,800. It went down to like 70. It was at like 8,000, and I think it went down to like $7,600. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna see what it's gonna do. And slowly but surely, I seen Bitcoin increase. It went from $7,600 to $7,800, 8,000, and it started going up. Now, mind you, they had just had like a hack. Like there are certain people that got hacked for $100 and some odd million. So I'm saying to myself, well, I don't know what they did or didn't. Well, it can just all be a learning experience, and I can try this out. So I had waited a little bit longer, and within 10 days' time, Bitcoin went from $7,800 to close to like $9,000. Or no, I think it went up like $2,000, like a $2,000 increase within 2 weeks, 10 to 14 days. And I got excited. Because I see an opportunity that's before us like never before. To me, this was the equivalent of the Holy Grail, so to speak. Because here it is, I have something that's before me, and that may give me the opportunity to free up my time and be able to raise my kids, and be a full-time dad. I think for me, I want my kids to know that I'm there for them. So what I'm doing now is making the investments now so that, we can have time together, and we may be able to have a good life together, expose them to things that they've never had before. And so, what I said, I think the Bitcoin was about $9,400, $9,500 when I decided to make to buy my first Bitcoin, my first piece of Bitcoin. And I bought my first piece of Bitcoin. Well, now I got Bitcoin and I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm saying to myself, I can hold on to it or I could do something else. I really didn't have any knowledge. So I began to look into trading and understanding how the trading goes, the exchange goes. And I said, okay, well, what else can I do with this Bitcoin? Because it has value. And so there had been this program floating around called BitConnect. And, I've done multi-level marketing before. And let me say this, BitConnect is not multi-level marketing. Yes, you can get paid for referring people and you can get a referral bonus. But your source of income with BitConnect is not based off referrals. BitConnect is a platform that has, it's a lending platform. You can lend BitConnect token, you can exchange Bitcoin and get BitConnect tokens, and then you can hold BitConnect tokens, or you can alternatively lend them out on your platform. I mean, on the platform. So I waited. It's like, you know what? I think about around the end of November, the 1st of December, I said, you know what? I'm going to try this BitConnect thing because, you know, first of all, the investment is minimal. $100 is the investment. You have to have, it has to be $100 in Bitcoin though. And, you know, with the price of Bitcoin steadily increasing, you know, it's going to take a little more dollars in order to get to that $100 in Bitcoin. So I say to myself, okay, let me go ahead and get started. And so I make my first purchase for Bitcoin. I mean, BitConnect, and lend out digital dollars that I have on, you know, on BitConnect. The thing is, BitConnect pays a daily interest rate, and that interest rate fluctuates. It can be anywhere from 0.9%. It can be as low as 0.25% or 0.19%, anything like that. But I started saying to myself, you know what? Let me give it a try, because after seeing so many videos and after seeing so many videos about people, you know, investing in BitConnect and people showing their BitConnect investment and what it could do for you, I started saying to myself, wait a minute. So you telling me if I invest $100 now, in 3 years, I could be making, no, in 2 years, I'm sorry, in 2 years, I could be at $587 a day if I just keep compounding the interest that I'm receiving from BitConnect. And you know, the thing with BitConnect is you have to invest in tens. So it has to be like 100, 110, 120, 130 or more, something like that. You know, saying, all right, well, I'm gonna try it out, you know. And thus far, I think I made my first loan with BitConnect probably Saturday or Sunday, one of the two, this past Saturday or Sunday. And I've only made $2.74. You know, yes, I'll get my capital back in 300 days or 299 days. I'll get that initial $100 back that I invested. But right now, I make daily. I make interest daily, and it comes from, you know, the lending platform. It's the volatility software. And so today, that leads me to talk about timing. Timing is so crucial to your benefit, should I say. If you want to benefit off of what's going on around you right now, timing is everything. And you cannot waste time, because if you do, you'll be like me. When BitConnect, I mean, not BitConnect, when Bitcoin was at $7,700, $7,600, I was still saying, let me wait, let me see. And in 10 to 14 days time, it rose $2,000. After people had been hacked for like $100 and some million. So I'm like, you know, I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, you know, hey, I don't know it all, but I know that if we waste time, we can miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. I've heard people ask, you know, I had one person ask me recently, say, hey, Anthony, how do we know that BitConnect is not a Ponzi scheme? You know, everybody's saying BitConnect is a Ponzi scheme. Well, I'll tell you like this here. First of all, I'm not giving it investment advice. I'm merely sharing with you my thoughts, my personal thoughts on this situation. That's what this is. I'm sharing with you what my thoughts are on this situation. Another thing is that you have to do your own due diligence checks. If you don't read, and I think that's what we miss. Like, we expect everybody else to do the research for us and tell us the best way to spend our money, because that's the way society has programmed its citizens. I'm deprogrammed. I've been deprogrammed for quite some time. And so I I don't look at what other people are doing or saying or whatever. I may see it and then I'll go do some research for myself because I want to understand what kind of risk is involved. Now, if you know me, anybody that knows me knows that I'm not going to go risk anything unnecessarily. Not my life, not my children, not my finances. No, I'm not going to do any of that unnecessarily. So if I spend some money somewhere, then if you know me, then you should know me well enough to know that I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I've been to the movies. The last pair of sneakers I bought was 30, 40 bucks. Why? Why not? I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. I'm trying to get ahead in life and give my children's children something to look forward to other than poverty, other than I'm just trying to give my family a better life. I'm trying to give make it better for future generations where they don't have to worry about the simple things in life. I think that we oftentimes get caught up and it takes away from our ability to think. And when your ability to think is taken away from you, or you're distracted, should I say, not taken away from you, but when you're distracted, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be interested in what you just want to get to the point. Well, unfortunately, getting to the point means doing your own research. I would just encourage everybody to do your own research. In response to the question that was asked of me, is BitConnect a Ponzi scheme? Absolutely not. I'll say it again. BitConnect is not a Ponzi scheme. How do I know? I've done my own research. There's some things circulating around on YouTube about BitConnect is the Queen of England is gonna take BitConnect's this asset, seize its assets in 30 days. If you don't reply by this day, let me tell you something, guys. I would encourage you to go online and look up the people that's involved with BitConnect. I want to say there's something called I can't think of the name of the website, but this is, and basically in London, in the UK, if you want to check out a business, just like we have our what's the word? We have our like financial division of revenue and businesses. You can check to see if businesses are in good standing. I can't think of the name. It's slipping my mind right now. But you can check to see if a business is in good standing. And what I found out was that there were 3 different organizations under the name BitConnect. One was a PLC. One was Limited Liability Corporation, LLC. And then there's another one. It's the third one, but the last 2 they work together. The one BitConnect that was dissolved, it was dissolved and later formed into and later incorporated. And so that's where the confusion comes in. People are like, well, I don't think BitConnect is, I think it's a Ponzi scheme. Hey, listen, you're free to think whatever you want. But I'll tell you, as for me and mine, my resources are limited. And one thing about it, and 2 for certain, before I spend a token, a penny, a grunion of any of the finances that I have, I always do my due diligence, and I expect you guys to do the same. So today's talk about this was just really to, kind of tell you guys about what my story is and how I got involved in BitConnect and how I waited and I kind of missed the boat a little bit. But the thing is, we're all still early enough to prosper. If you want real financial prosperity, then I would encourage you to have to understand what cryptocurrency is. And I ain't talking about just BitConnect or Bitcoin. I'm talking about cryptocurrency in itself. until you get an understanding of what cryptocurrency is, you're gonna be lost in the sauce. And so if you want to know more about cryptocurrency, I'm going to be doing a video. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it every day, but I'm going to try to do something and talk about things, my experiences. Right now, I'm 3 days into my land. Yeah, so it's been 3 days since I started receiving interest. My first, like I said, I've only made $2.74 in the last 3 days, but I'll ask you this question. How much money do you make off your money that's sitting in your bank account right now? That's the thought I want to leave you with right now. If you're a normal, average American citizen like myself, and you got $100 in your bank account or your savings or your checking or whatever, is that money making money for you? Or is the bank using your money to make money for themselves? That's the question. I think everybody should look at that perspective. You can invest $100 and it change your life. For me, I'm looking forward to 727 days from now. I'll be making like $587 a day, maybe more. Who knows? And that's not even including the cryptocurrencies that's already been purchased. So I definitely would encourage anybody to do your own research and really consider these things. Consider the whole picture. Don't consider things based off your emotions. Consider the picture. And if you got any questions, hey, feel free to email me. I think I'm memphiscrypto@gmail.com. I believe that's what it is. I have to look at it, but I believe that's what my email is. Anyway, you can hit the like button at the top right here. And then there's a subscribe button at the bottom. You can hit that button and subscribe. And if you guys got any questions, I'm here for you. I'm not here to provide, investment advice about what you should invest in and what you shouldn't invest in. What I want you guys to see is that success is applied knowledge times the power of duplication. Success is applied knowledge times the power of duplication. Success, applied knowledge times the power of duplication. If you can remember that, you'll be okay. Success will come if you apply the knowledge and you duplicate the process that continuously reproduce the same results. Right now, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm looking forward to making more liens on BitConnect or whatever I can as quickly as possible. And I wish you guys the best of luck on this crypto journey. Once again, you can like the channel and subscribe at the bottom. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.